Absolute Batman is AF and proving why he's the king of 2024. There are two sexy savages on the hunt, and the comic book world is buzzing with their wild adventures. And just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, a popular anime icon dropped in for a surprise appearance. Let's dive into the trending comics of the week. Let's bring out the fire. We are with the top trending comics of the week. These are the books that I was able to compile off of different sites, and I came up with a top 10 out of them. I did a lot of work. I did some numbers crunching here and there. And if you've seen the top trending video on last Tuesday, the full explanation of what I did is there. And we start off with number 10. This was a bit of a surprise, but it came out of nowhere. And for you manga fans, of course, this book's on this list. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Naruto, or we don't even say the X. We actually just say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto number 1. This book just came out. It is less than a week old. Therefore, the last recorded sale of this book is $4. Special thanks to 1063 Comics, who decided, hey, why don't you put the last sales record and make me do a little more work? But that's okay, because I'm happy about that. The fair market value of this book is currently going for $12 at near mint. However, there's already CGC slabs coming out of nowhere for $60 at the 9.8. This book is so brand new that it didn't populate in Key Collector, nor did it populate in CBSI, but it was number 1 in cover price this week with a sales volume of 60% increase of sales. I'm going to say that the hype is medium. It's not all-time high because this book is relatively new and there's not a lot of people talking about it. It's big within the manga group, that everyone that loves manga and anime and people, fans of Naruto, fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, also are part of this. That's why this book is number 10. Yeah, let's take a look at what's number 9 on our list. And that is Batman 655. This is the first cameo appearance. That's right. It's the cameo appearance of Damian Wayne. Was last sold for $35 at near mint condition, so it wasn't a slab. However, it normally goes for about $35. A slab of this book, it goes for about $157 at a 9.8. It is trending on the Key Collector, and that's why I made the list. It also has a high sales volume of about 150%. No information on CBSI nor on cover price. But the hype of this book is medium because there are a little bit of talks of Brave and the Bold, some Damian Wayne discussion going on. I don't think it's as heavy, so therefore it's a medium hype list, right? And yeah, I think this is a great cover. I don't think it's as more important than 656, but that's just me. Number 8 is another book that is extremely hyped right now. That's why the hype level is at an all-time high for this book. It's DC's All-In Special number 1. This is a $5 near mint, was the last recorded sale. However, people have been paying for up to $14 for this book, and there's slabs going for about $75. This made the CBSI number 5 on the top 10, as well as number 3 in cover price. The reason why this book is so hot, it ushers in the Absolute universes, where we get some sneak previews, some real cameo appearances from Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman. The hype train is real. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. It does have a bit of a sales increase, about 58% in sales for this month. Number 7 is Predator number 1. This book has last sales recorded of $36, and it has a fair market value of $77 near mint. However, the last time we saw an average of 9.6 is going for about $153. The reason why it's not a 9.8 is because the paper quality of these books were not that good. So to find a 9.8 is actually more rare. However, you could come across some 9.6 here. In the trending list, it's number 2 in key collector. So that's why it's all high, as well as the sales volume of 178%. The hype of this book is a medium because it's all about, Predator versus Black Panther just finished, and they just announced that Predator versus Spider-Man is coming up soon. So it's more of a comic book hype than it is a movie hype. However, Predator is one of those characters that we're going to see live action again. This book is going to go up in value. If you find this book out in the wild for under $50, I think it's a steal, my personal opinion, but that's just my opinion. You do it. You do the math yourself and you figure out if it's worth it. Let's take a look at number 6. And that is a classic, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 15. $1,385 at a 6.0 was the last sale. The fair market value of this book is at $631 in a very, very good condition, as well as a $713 at a 4.0. You got it. This is the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter. The trending list is 6 on the key collector. It's not on CBSI, nor is it on cover price. The sales volumes are going up 180%. The hype of this book is currently at a medium. However, I could see this book start trickling upwards as we get closer to the Kraven movie. There's some kind of buzz for that movie, but it is a Sony picture, even though what we've seen has been really interesting, really cool. I don't know what's the future of the Sony Spider-Verse with this character. However, I hope it's a good R-rated movie. Only time will tell. Let's take a look at number 5. Number 5 is Uncanny X-Men 274. This book goes for about $25. That was the last sale. Fair market value goes for about $12. There's a 9.8 going for $124. That's the average. This book has been trending on the Key Collector and CBSI. Number 3 on Key Collector. Number 8 on CBSI. It's not on cover price, and cover prices list came out today. This has seen an increase of 190%. I'm going to say the hype level of this book is about a medium. The only reason why this book is on this list is because it's Savage Land Rogue, and we are expecting her to have a new book coming out in January where they're going to have a nice limited series of her being in the Savage Land. So that's where the hype is coming from. I don't think this book is going to have longevity. And it's an Uncanny X-Men at a time where X-Men was at an all-time high with Jim Lee and Chris Claremont doing the work. This book you should not be overpaying for this book. It is a book that there's tons in the wild. Don't pay $25 for this book. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I do believe that it's a cool book to have. It's a good book to have, but it's not a book that's worth spending that kind of money for. And that's what I got to say about that. Number 4 is a book that, it's actually a series of books that has been getting a lot of momentum as of late, and that is Mark Spear's Monster series. All of the books have pretty much gone up in value, with this one having a last recorded sale of $12, and that's really what the fair market value of this book is. As of today, there are no slabs for this book. I'm sure they've been sent out, and they're going to be happening soon. But this book is super hot among Key Collector. Number 9 is extremely hot in CBSI, with a number 1 in CBSI and number 2 in cover price. Now, the book's sales volume is about 66%, and that's the reason why it's number 4 on the list. It does has a hype of high because everybody's trying to get these books. So it is selling and selling fast. I don't know what's the longevity of the Monster series, to be completely honest. It is Keen Spot, so it is an indie book. It's a high risk, great reward at the end. Okay. A lot of hyped over a lot of books. This one just happens to be cover A. Next book is Absolute Batman number 1, the Noir edition. This is the foil book. This book is going for now $30 near mint. That was the last recorded sale, and it's roughly about $28 near mint. There's already slabs being reported at 9.8 for $129. This book is number 3 in Key Collector. It's not on CBSI, but it was number 7 in cover price. The reason why this book is at number 3 is because of its sales volume and hype. The sales volume of this book is 2,100%. And what I mean by that is that there are tons of books being sold. And if you go to cover price, you will see those numbers. They're just insanity. And that's in the month of November alone. Batman, Absolute Batman is huge right now. It's a book that's just going to keep going higher and higher. You're going to see this book on many number ones lists. This is just the Noir Foil Edition, which I personally think is a gorgeous cover. I have a copy of it. It is absolutely beautiful. So for me, I got it when it came out, so I was able to take advantage of cover price. But I know this book is continuously going up in value. It'll probably cap at maybe about $50 in my opinion. I don't think it's going to go any higher than that. But who knows? Time will tell. Number 2 is the cover A of Absolute Batman number 1. As the news already came out, this is the highest selling book of the year. This book outperformed, and therefore it's on the ranking for number 2. If you notice here, the near mint value of the book last sold at $28 with fair market value just under $20. 9.8 are going for $64, but that number is going to just keep climbing higher and higher as time progresses. It is on the trendy list for key collector for number 3, as well as number 7 for cover price. But as I mentioned before, the sales volume of this book is insane, currently at 4,660%. There's so many copies of this book. Sooner or later, that price is going to go down. It'll probably be a $10 book in the future. That's, if time permits it, that's what's going to happen to this book. Finally, we're at number 1, and it's not Batman. It's Forbidden Planet number 1. This book is at $40 last sold. It's about $14. That's the fair market value. There are 9.8s going for about $191 on average. This book is number 1 on Key Collector right now. It's number 6 on CBSI. It's also number 6 on cover price. The sales volume of this book is at 890% for a book that's actually a book that came out in the 90s. So for 890%, that is pretty good. The hype of this book is at a high because there is option information. We do plan on seeing some kind of live action performance, even though this is based off of an older movie. So that is the top 10 books based off of all the sales data that I gathered. And this is where we came up with this list. So tell me what's your thoughts. Again, what do you think about this ranking system? Share it in the comments. Share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for next week's ranking. It's going to be fun. I've been working the last couple of weeks on making sure I gave you guys a list that was comprehensive with a lot of information that I could give you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight. And I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.